Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. Today I'm going to do a very quick response video to some of the chat comments that were happening in the live debate from last night. So in case you missed it, I did a debate with Boris, username WLOF25, about veganism and about the ethical implications of veganism and a whole bunch of related topics. And there was a lot of activity happening in the chat, and like I said, when I'm in these debates, I really can't focus on the chat because then I miss whatever the person's saying, so I tend to pretty much just not read the chat at all. A couple of comments did catch my eye though, and I've read through it today, and I just want to address specifically the kind of most heated, contentious comments that were going on. They were related to a person who was on called Lilith Summer, I believe. And we're going to jump into that, and I'm going to give my 2 cents on the take of the conversation. So let's just jump over here. I'll show you guys what the fact is here. So Lilith Summers was basically on the side of Boris in the debate and saying that vegans are trying an arbitrary line of where they want to stop suffering at, and that it's hypocritical for us to basically say that our arbitrary line is more ethically correct than their arbitrary line of where they draw the line of animal suffering. So here's the little section that I want to use as a intro. She's saying that the fact that a vegan somewhere says it was unintentional doesn't matter. We're talking about farming deaths in the production of plant foods. So this is like the argument of the combines, though, they roll over bugs, and we spray pesticides to kill bugs, and we kill, mice and rats and birds and all this kind of stuff. So she says the fact that it was unintentional doesn't matter. You are aware of their deaths and choose to do nothing. And then there's kind of like a whole bunch of comments where she's trying to say that yeah, here it is, you're trying to justify the animal deaths that produce your food while telling me that I can't do the same. A lot of people were correctly pointing out to her that the production of plant-based foods uses significantly less harm, or causes significantly less harm, because it actually is more efficient. So just from a caloric standpoint, you actually need to produce way more plant food to feed the animals that you're eating. But she didn't seem to really understand that. And then she tried to give this lovely example, and this is what I want to talk about here. So she said, if I blow up a building full of people to build a house for myself, I can say I didn't intend to kill those people, I just wanted to build my house. She was trying to say that this is a direct analogy of me saying I didn't intend to kill the mice, I just ran the combine harvester over the field, and knowing full well that there's probably mice or probably bugs in there. This is absolutely a false analogy. I'll explain why. The first is that there are probably mice, and I'll even say that yes, there are definitely bugs that are being intentionally killed with the pesticides, for example. But the main point that she chooses to ignore, and is the thing that we addressed for quite some time at the beginning of the debate, which is that there is the whole part of the definition of veganism that says as far as is practical and possible. So you going into a building that is full of people and warning them and saying like, hey guys, this building is going to get demolished, like you have to get out of here, it's gonna get demolished and blown up. Like, it's absolutely practicable, it's absolutely easy, and in fact very possible and easily possible to do so. You can easily go into that building and communicate with people and show them that, like, look, you got to get out, the thing's going to get demolished and they're going to do some construction later. With the field, it's absolutely not practical and possible to go through a field and communicate with mice and birds and whatever else happens to be living there and being like, hey guys, we're going to do the harvest, like the combines are coming, like get out of here. It's completely a false analogy. So that's really just what I wanted to say. And I mean, you can't even imagine how long this carried on, and it was just like unbelievable. I can't believe like how many times people tried to explain kind of that she's being unreasonable, but I don't think anybody gave this exact kind of thing, so that's why I wanted to give my 2 cents on it. It really is, like, if you read through the comments in the chat, it's very obvious to me that this person is just really grasping to try and justify their their choices, and they most certainly just don't want to here, let me switch back to the camera here. they're just not willing to make any kind of changes on their own part that could be easily done to avoid unnecessary deaths and suffering on the part of animals. So this is just like really, really grasping for straws. Like, if this is your best counter argument to veganism, like I think you're just really, really going down the wrong path. Obviously, everybody can have their own take on how that debate went. I still will say that I thank Boris for coming on. I think he's a good person trying to figure this stuff out. He's obviously giving it a lot of thought, and I still stand by what I told him in the kind of middle of the debate, that I'm actually enjoying talking to him because I think he's like a vegan in waiting. He's clearly giving these kind of things a lot of thought, and he's very close, I think, to making the ethical connections. If hopefully he rewatches it, and he's going to see kind of some of the absurd things that came out from his viewpoint. All of the kind of counter arguments that he brought, I don't think held up to scrutiny. They did not hold any water. And I mean, it's up to everybody to decide like kind of who came out ahead in that debate. I obviously think I did pretty well. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you think there was something else, that you found frustrating, or this was the thing that jumped out at me in the chat because it was the thing that I think got the most, traffic back and forth. But that's it. So short video today. I just wanted to address that. And Lilith, if you're watching this for whatever reason, if you want to debate this, I'm happy to debate this with you, because I think this analogy is just a very, very poor one. It's absolutely not the same thing. And it's certainly easily practical and possible to be vegan in today's day and age. If you're watching this, you chances are live in a place in the world where you could easily be vegan, and you really have no good excuse not to be. So that's it. I'll leave it there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one, and see you. Bye.